Every time your potential buyer asks a question, traditional search engine results are fracturing into multiple neural network pathways to form direct AI answers. The shift from scrolling through blue links to reading AI-generated summaries is happening right now, forcing B2B brands to adapt. To stay visible, you have to optimize for these new engines. Artificial Intelligence Engine Optimization, or AEO, is now the mandatory baseline for B2B marketing. But here is the immediate problem for marketing leaders. Do you spend your budget on an enterprise-grade reporting dashboard, or do you invest in an execution-focused managed service? On one side, you have Conductor. It is an enterprise heavyweight built for massive, dedicated SEO departments, with contracts starting around $30,000 a year and scaling well past $150,000. On the other side is GeoForge, a growth stage challenger priced between $1,250 and $2,500 a month, built specifically to provide done-for-you execution. We are not going to compare feature counts today. Instead, we are looking at the operational realities of both platforms. It is the choice between buying a map for intelligence and hiring a driver for execution. The true cost of any software is its operational tax. That is the internal headcount you are required to pay just to make the tool work. Purchasing an AEO platform does not actually solve your visibility problem. It only dictates the specific workflow your marketing team is now forced to adopt. Let's look at the first major trade-off. You have to choose between prioritizing internal technical site health or building external AI trust through citations. Conductor approaches this with a tool called Content King, giving you 24/7 technical monitoring of massive, complex web properties. It will flawlessly identify every broken link and missing tag. But to fix them, you need a dedicated internal SEO team. And while they are fixing those errors, Conductor does nothing to actively earn external AI citations. A network map where multiple external nodes, representing citations, link back to a single central hub, representing your brand. This demonstrates the mechanics of LLM trust building. It is exactly what GeoForge's SiteForge feature does by actively conducting outreach to place your brand in these reference networks. GeoForge handles the outreach to build that external trust without requiring your internal team's effort. The trade-off is that it sacrifices the granular, real-time technical site audits that Conductor provides. Growth stage brands usually struggle with Conductor's monitoring approach because they simply lack the developer bandwidth to act on the hundreds of minor technical flags the dashboard generates. Conversely, a large enterprise might reject GeoForge. Their high-traffic domains are so large that they cannot survive without real-time technical monitoring to prevent catastrophic drops in traffic. Having perfect technical SEO won't help you in AI search if the large language models have no external citations to validate your brand's authority. Now, let's look at how each platform handles the actual production of AI-optimized content. Conductor features a writing assistant that scales AI generation to support broad SEO workflows across an entire enterprise team. However, Conductor limits its knowledge sources to 5 manual file uploads per draft. There is no persistent company memory to draw from. This places a heavy operational burden on your internal team. They have to manually curate, upload, and verify the expertise for every single piece of content they generate. Watch as CRM data, PDFs, and transcripts flow continuously into a central database core. This is BaseForge, GeoForge's persistent knowledge base. It ingests expert interviews and sales calls to ground your content in facts before routing it outward into finalized assets. You get highly accurate, proprietary content automatically. But the trade-off is that you lock your workflow into GeoForge's specific closed-loop production system. Generic AI content is rapidly becoming a valueless commodity. A persistent pipeline of proprietary knowledge is the only viable way to differentiate your brand in AI search. The final and most critical trade-off comes down to the breadth of your AI tracking visibility versus your capacity for end-to-end execution. Conductor checks off boxes for ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Copilot, and Google AI overviews. But notice the massive bar chart labeled Required SEO Headcount Cost, towering over the software subscription cost. A $30,000 Conductor subscription inherently requires a 6-figure internal team to operate effectively. GeoForge's $2,500 a month managed service tier is the operational opposite of that enterprise dashboard model. The managed service removes the internal headcount requirement entirely by utilizing a dedicated team from Hop AI to run the strategy for you. They handle continuous content production, active citation placement, and monthly reporting. They also uniquely manage your Google Ads and LinkedIn ads alongside the organic Geo program, keeping your paid and organic media aligned. To achieve this, GeoForge makes a deliberate sacrifice in visibility. It tracks ChatGPT and Google AI overviews, leaving out Copilot, Gemini, and Perplexity. You're looking at paying a minimum of $30,000 a year just for data versus $30,000 a year for total done-for-you execution. The deepest LLM visibility data in the world offers zero value if your marketing team lacks the bandwidth to actually execute those insights. This decision tree flowchart starts with one core question. What is your primary AEO bottleneck? You have to match your software to your team's realistic maturity rather than your aspirational goals. If you are a large enterprise with a complex, high-traffic website, a dedicated SEO team, and a software budget well north of $30,000, then Conductor is your tool. It is a genuinely powerful, best-in-class intelligence platform for teams equipped to wield it. But growth-stage companies attempting this path will fail. Without the required headcount, a six-figure platform quickly turns into very expensive shelfware. If you are a growth stage or mid-market B2B brand with limited headcount, needing immediate content generation and active citation building, then GeoForge is the clear recommendation. You are bolting on an execution arm rather than buying a complex dashboard. It is especially critical for teams that want to unify their paid search media with their organic AEO efforts under a single managed roof. Assess the reality of your team's bandwidth before you assess the software. If you cannot afford to staff the map, you must buy the driver.